Hello, everybody. I am back and I started typing out all of these notes about everything that I wanted to say in a blog post and in an email to all of you on my newsletter list about travel. And then I just started thinking, why not speak some of it so that you can really understand where I'm coming from? So first, I just wanted to share a little itty bitty story. I've shared this a couple different ways and a couple different times, but not that long ago, really like about 5 years ago at this point, before my bachelorette party, was one of the first times that I can remember really like starving myself for a big trip. Like I wanted to look so good. I wanted to feel so good. I knew I was going to go crazy on drinking when I was out in Mexico. And I just remember like doing all the wrong things on purpose to feel a certain way for that trip. When I got there, and I've said this before, so I'm sorry if you've heard this story already, but when I got there at the airport, there's a bar in the airport, and mind you, I had cut carbs, laxatives, like the whole nine for weeks leading up to this trip. And when I got to the airport, there's a bar in the airport when we landed in Cabo, and I had chips and guac. I was starving, hadn't eaten in hours, maybe even a day. And I had a margarita because I'm in Mexico, and I was so bloated for that whole entire trip that any hard work that I had done was like gone. Like it never happened. Like it was the worst I ever felt. It was unbelievable the amount that I exercised before that trip, and it was unbelievable how bad I felt that entire trip. Not to mention the fact that I didn't go to the bathroom, number dos, the entire trip either. And that just causes pain on top of pain and discomfort as well. So why am I telling you this? Because I've been where you are, and after that moment, I avoided travel once. So my husband and I got married, went on a beautiful honeymoon. I was better for that. Not great, but a little better. Never really packed food though for these things. Never really kind of, cared about the food that I was eating once I got to the trip. It was kind of like balls to the wall because I had cut so much before going on the trip that I deserved whatever I could get on that trip, right? So anyways, after that, I kind of like have avoided a lot of travel for a long time because travel to me has always been so stressful because I know when I'm out of my environment, or I knew that when I was out of my environment, that my routine just like went to crap. I couldn't maintain any of the things that I was doing before because they were unsustainable. When I got off of my routine, because I was so restricted when I was on routine, when I was out of my routine, I was in that restrict binge cycle and would go nuts only to come home. And the day that I would come home, pop some laxatives or whatever the quick trim type pills were in order to just restart or detox when I got home. And that cycle to me at some points just started to become so stressful that I just avoided it. But who the hell wants to avoid travel? I'm coming home from 10 days in Portugal and I'm like itching of where I want to go next because it was so amazing. And it was one of the first trips for me. And again, I've been a dietitian for 15 years. And I'm telling you right now that this was one of the first trips for me that I didn't feel restricted, that I did what I could to manage the things that I wanted to make a priority. And I ate healthy and I ate things that made me feel good, but I also drank a coffee beer IPA at noon. I drank alcohol. That's my thing. Doesn't have to be yours, but I drank wine every single day. I had fun cocktails. I had gelato at the greatest places. I had bread at dinner, like all the things. And it's okay. And I came home feeling better than I've ever felt coming home from a trip. And you want to know why? Because my behaviors were so strong while I was away. I made water a priority, carried a water bottle with me wherever I went. I actually purposefully brought a bigger purse. I normally would bring like a small travel bag with me because I knew I'd be walking a ton. I brought a bigger purse with me because I knew I wanted to stick like a liter water bottle in my bag wherever I went because that's a behavior that matters to me. There's an app that we found called Train Away. When you're overseas, there are gyms that participate in this program where you can buy daily passes. And my husband and I found one of these locations right down the street from one of our hotels in a big city, and we used like this real gym that was awesome, and we got to do some familiar workouts for us, but that wasn't necessary. It was just something we wanted to do, and it felt great to move. The days that we didn't go to the gym, we walked so much. I think actually I could probably find it. There was a day on my app that I think I hit like 30,000 steps. Not that that matters, but like that's movement, and that's making sure that your body's moving and you're digesting and you're feeling good and you're feeling like you, right? So you can come home and come right back to your normal routine or ease back into it like I've been doing this week, because this morning in my workout, I literally went way too hard and not doing that again because my body was not used to it. I had one of those central nervous system like shutdown moments. Have any of you ever experienced that where you're just like, get me out of this space? Anyways, being so honest with you right now, I hope you're enjoying this. My dog's grunting at me. But moving on, the other things that I did that were such game changers was packing things like protein and fiber. So I'm going to be so honest with you, wherever you go when you travel, having high protein snacks available, or having high protein snacks or finding them in stores or wherever you go is probably not an option. You'll find plenty of croissants and pastries and sweets and things like that, especially over in Europe. You'll find plenty of fruit, which is awesome, but high fiber and high protein options specifically for snack time are pretty rare. And that's something that I've learned in the past. And so I packed a ton of those items with me and I shoved them in my purse and brought them with me everywhere. Because to be honest with you, when you travel and you're eating bigger meals, you may not need snacks as much as when you're home. And this is one-on-one and personal for you. However, when you're hangry, and dinner's not for another couple hours or lunch or whatever it is, and the only option is a croissant, that if it's you might not make you feel like the best version of you. Having those options available are game changers. I'm going to list all of the snacks. Oh my goodness. Okay, he stopped barking. I'm going to list all of the snacks, all of the food items, all of the major takeaways that I have from this trip in this post for you. However, I just wanted to kind of get on here and really explain to you and express to you that vacation is a time to relax, unplug, enjoy. It's incredible to see what your bodies are capable of when you give it the relaxation, the rest, the de-stress, and the sleep that it needs every single day to do the things that you ask of it every single day. Literally magic happens when those things are happening for you. However, there are certain things that you can do while you are working towards a goal on vacation in order to feel your best and enjoy your time more. So for me, if I overate or if I ate the wrong things and I wasn't feeling good in those moments, I would either go to bed early and miss out on the fun night, or just not feel like I was in the moment because I wasn't feeling like the best version of me. And those are things that if I know that there are certain things that I could either pack with me or choose to eat or choose to do in order to ensure that I maximize my time while I'm away, I'm going to do those things. And I hope this kind of explains to you that it's not about giving up the fun things. It's about adding in the healthy things while you're away as well in order to feel like the best version of you. And that's where the power is. You make the choices. Your behaviors matter, and you can take them wherever you go. And if you have a fun trip coming up, I want to hear about it, and I want to help you use my Amazon store. I have the travel items all in there organized for you. And I hope this post helps you. Thanks for listening.